Hola mi gente, MsMalcolmHughes here. Welcome to October, coming to give you the books that I will be reading this month. As I told you all in a previous video, I am so excited to announce the books that I will be reading this month, mainly because two of them come from two of my subscribers who are independent authors, and I'm so excited to share their works with all of you. So no delay, let's get right into the books I'll be reviewing this month. I will be bringing you all 4 book reviews this month. That's right, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4. Hold me to it. So the books that I will be reviewing this month are actually 3 books and 1 very special non-book, and you'll see what I mean when I share it. So one of the books I'll be reviewing this month is actually the book that one of my all-time favorite films is based on. This is in my top 5 favorite films, easy. And that book is Memoirs of a Geisha by Arthur Golden. I am so excited to read this book. I loved this movie since I was so much younger. I have no idea if the book will be as good as the movie. Generally speaking, the books are better, with some exceptions, in my opinion. Twilight is better as a film than a book. And if you haven't seen my most recent review of Twilight, please check that out. So yeah, I'm super excited to read that book and bring it to all of you. One of the other books that I'll be reviewing is actually from one of my subscribers. So I'm so excited to bring this to all of you. And that book is Boy Crazy by Dina Dean. And if you all are not familiar with her, she's a phenomenal poet. So I would definitely recommend that all of you Google her, YouTube her, Instagram her, Facebook her. Get in tune with this super prolific wordsmith before I bring you all that book review. And if you haven't checked it out, if you haven't heard of her, definitely head over to Amazon and check out the book. It's getting rave reviews over there. I haven't read it yet, but I will be reading it, and you all should read it with me. Another book that I'm excited to bring to all of you in the month of October is from one of my other subscribers, and that book is Of Captivity in Kings by E.Y. Laster. I am also just so thrilled to bring this book to all of you. And I'm just so honored this month that so many folks are reaching out and asking me to read and review their books. So it's one of the things I definitely want to do here on my channel, is to be able to bring amazing writing to all of you, some independent authors that you may not be aware of that should be on your radar. So I'm so excited that that's what we get to do in the month of October. And finally, this is something I've been wanting to do on my channel for a very long time. As you all know, my YouTube channel is primarily dedicated to book reviews. However, I also want to start reading journal articles here, more academic pieces as well, just because I want us to have these necessary and on-time conversations. So this is something that came out last year. It was so special to me to have it and to have it in my collection. And I'm finally finding the time to read it and to bring it to all of you. And that is The 1619 Project from the New York Times. And for those of you who are not familiar, the 1619 Project from the New York Times was honoring America's history and telling the entire story from the beginning, not from 1776, but from 1619, when the first slave ship landed on America's shores. And it's the rewriting and retelling the truth of history, right? So that's what this does. I'm super excited to read it and to really, as someone who honestly considered at one point in time majoring in African American studies, because in my independent time I've always read and researched our rich history, to have this piece of work by numerous journalists and writers to tell the entire truth of America's history, highlighting America's history in the sense that we know it, and also understanding that there were people here before Christopher Columbus discovered America, right? So I also appreciate that this work acknowledges that, but then I also appreciate fully as a Black American that it does take the time to rewrite history, to correct history, and talk about what isn't talked about in school, to teach us what isn't being taught in school. And that's the complete history of African Americans in America, and to acknowledge that America didn't start with the founding fathers. America as we know it and the democracy that has been built upon it is deeply rooted in slavery, and we have to acknowledge that in order to move forward. So I'm very excited to bring this to all of you this month. This is the magazine. Along with the magazine is a newspaper article that has stories as well. Is a newspaper that has stories as well. I have read this and framed it. I haven't completely read the magazine yet, but I'm gonna do it this month. But I have read this and framed it, and just because I think it's beautiful. And what it says is, we've got to tell the unvarnished truth. 400 years after enslaved Africans were first brought to Virginia, most Americans still don't know the full story of slavery. And that is what this attempts to do. I'm excited to read it, to share it, and to review it, and to tell you whether or not it does that, and then just also what's included and why I think it's necessary reading for everyone. So that's it. Those are the books and the articles, just the pieces of writing that I will be sharing with you in October. I am so excited. I hope that you all will be reading with me. I hope that you all will be engaging in dialogue and conversation with me, because I think it's so necessary during these times for us all to stay connected. As always, I appreciate you all so much. I would like for you all to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't. Please, if you care to partake in that endeavor, I would greatly appreciate it. And until next time, as always, please remember to give time and to have the best day of your life on purpose. Stay safe. Also, for those of you inquiring, I do still have buttons, my MsMalcolmHughes pins, and the details on how to get those are below.